So in the last issue, we saw Rocket, Thing, Squirrel Girl, and Jeff get venomized because these knuckleheads thought Klyntar was a vacation planet. Shuri and Blade are doing research on how to stop the symbiotes, and Phoenix is currently fighting a venomized Hela. Galacta talks about how she's sad all of this happened, and while listing numerous other planets they could have went to, she realized they were all bad choices, like Ego for example. That man is not friendly. Now while the Oblivious Four are off on the hunt, Spider-Man is joining the fight and not adding much value outside of being annoying as usual because, as he puts it, he's totally the best option to fight a venomized Asgardian death goddess. Spidey tags her in the face of some webs trying to be useful, but is currently blocking Phoenix's line of sight. He apologizes and moves aside to give her a clear shot, but he doesn't know what to address her by because this is both Jean and the Phoenix Force, and before he can repeat it a second time, Galacta cuts him off and flips the channel to Blade and Shuri, who's in the middle of a research mission. Blade is checking up on Shuri getting back from his patrol, leaving Shuri annoyed because she said to only come back if something is wrong. Blade responds saying, "How would you know something is wrong if I didn't come back?" causing her to admit that he's right. Blade was the only hero left in Wakanda at the time, which is why he's here as Shuri's bodyguard. But having been asleep for an entire season and missing out on two massive fights against Dracula and Ultron, he's not happy with sitting on the sidelines. It's actually here in the comic we find out that Blade hasn't fully recovered from what Dracula did to him back in season 1, and him waking up at the start of season 3 was still too early because he's not operating at 100%, and Shuri wanted him on a lighter work detail because of that. She's worried about him. He then reassures her, saying that looking out for him shouldn't be a concern of hers, bragging about how he's the legendary Daywalker and feared across the galaxy, and Shuri also adds in arrogant as well. She's in a rush to find a weakness with the symbiotes because Jean is running out of time and Noel is getting stronger by the second, with the only heroes we currently know are active in the fight still are Jean and Spider-Man. It's funny as I say that because he's about to rekindle a relationship with the symbiotes, and with no one to help him out, it's looking like we might see a certain version of Spidey during the fight real soon. And speaking of a fight, Shuri assures Blade the second she's done he can go join the others because violence is all over his mind right now, only for a stray nut to fly in Shuri's ship. Blade spots it and instantly calls out for Shuri, rushing to get her to safety as the venomized heroes from earlier officially start their hunt and watch the ship go up in flames. Jeff is setting up to attack them first, with Blade easily tossing them aside, which only lasts for about a second until the group dogpiles him. As they get ready to give Blade with a symbiote, Galacta watches in fear of history repeating itself, but Blade isn't done yet as he's able to shake them off and get his bearings back, letting them know the fight isn't over until he says it's over.